Hi everybody, welcome to this day in history. So we're going to highlight what day, the day of the 26th of January, and we're going to talk about what happened on this day. Here we go, we're going to rock and roll. 339 days left in the year. The Lisbon earthquake took place in 1531, killing 30,000 people. The Council of Trent was established as the official designation between Roman Catholicism and being a Protestant. In 1699, the Ottoman Empire permanently cedes territories to the Christian powers. In 1700, the Cascadia earthquake takes place off the west coast of North America, as evidenced by Japanese records. And I'm going to take a peek at that and see what that is. Now, Stanislaus I of Poland abdicates the throne in 1736. The British First Fleet, led by Arthur Phillip, sails into Port Jackson, Sydney Harbour, to establish Sydney, the first permanent European settlement on the continent. It is commemorated as Australia Day. The First Fleet, of course, is the group of men and women that went to Australia first, a lot of them being convicts. They were sent there as punishment. Oh darn, I love Australia. 1808, the Rum Rebellion is the only successful, ye be short-lived, armed takeover of the government in Australia. In 1837, Michigan is admitted the 26th United States state. Tennessee enacts the first prohibition law in the United States in 1838. Of course, Jack Daniels is from there, but whatever. The 1855 point-no-point treaty is signed in Washington Territory. In the First Battle of Seattle, Marines from the USS Decatur drive off American Indian attackers, after an all-day battle with settlers. In 1861, the state of Louisiana secedes from the Union. In 1863, General Burnside is relieved as the command of the Army of the Potomac after the disastrous Fredericksburg campaign. He is replaced by Joseph Hooker. In 1870, the Reconstruction era, Virginia rejoins the Union. In 1905, moving a little bit ahead, the Cullinan, the Cullinan, which is the largest diamond ever, 3,136 carats, is found at the Premier Mine in Victoria, in South Africa. Glenn Curtis, in 1911, flies the first successful seaplane. In 1915, Rocky Mountain National Park is established by an act of Congress. 1920, the Ford Motor Company executive Henry Leland launches the Lincoln Motor Company, which is later sold to his former employer at Ford. 1926, the first demonstration of a television by John Baird. 1930, the Indian National Congress declares the 26th of January as Independence Day, or as a day of complete independence, which occurred 17 years later. 1934, the Apollo Theater reopened in Harlem. 1934, the German-Polish German-Polish Pact was signed for not to be aggressive, non-aggression pact. And that didn't really work out for them, I think. In 1939, troops loyal to nationalist General Francisco Franco and aided by Italy take Barcelona. 1942, the first United States forces arrive in Europe, landing in Northern Ireland. And in 1945, Addie Murphy displays valor and bravery in action for which he is later rewarded the Medal of Honor. 1949, the Hale telescope sees first light under the detection of Edwin Hubble, becoming the largest optical telescope. In 1950, the Constitution of India takes place, forming the Republic. It is known as Republic Day in India. In 1952, Black Saturday in Egypt, rioters burn Cairo's business district. In 1961, John F. Kennedy appoints Janet Travel as the first woman physician to the president. In 1965, Hindi becomes the official language of India. In 1980, Israel and Egypt establish diplomatic relations. In 1992, Boris Yeltsin announces that Russia will stop targeting United States cities with nuclear weapons. In 1998, on American television, Bill Clinton denies having sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky. And in 2015, an aircraft crashes in Spain, killing 11 and injuring 21. So that is this day in history when it comes to the events. Now we go to the births, different things that happen. We always kind of go down the list, find people who have made a big difference in society or culture. And Maria Van Trapp is one of them. Maria Van Trapp is she inspired the musical The Sound of Music. And kind of an interesting little deal here. So what happened is Maria Van Trapp, the story goes, she was a nun, and then she went off, took care of some kids, and she got married, and the whole thing. The story is pretty much The Sound of Music, and it is Maria Van Trapp's birthday today. 1905 she was born. She unfortunately passed away in 1987, but happy birthday to Maria anyway. As we go further down the list, finding the oldest person still with us, we are actually in 1924, 25, and we did find in 1929 Jules Pfeffer, American cartoonist, playwright. He was 1929, so that is the oldest current person living with a Wikipedia. There you go. Going back a little bit, Paul Newman was born this day in 1925. Of course, he died in 2008. Bob Uecker is still with us, an amazing guy. Angela Davis, born this day in history. Jerry Sandusky, who is noted as an American football coach and criminal. Interesting little deal there. Gene Siskel, birthday today. It is Lucinda Williams' birthday today. Eddie Van Halen's birthday today. It's Road Warrior Hawk, or Michael Henstrand's birthday today. Anita Baker's birthday. Ellen DeGeneres' birthday. Wayne Gretzky is celebrating his birthday today. So this is very, very famous names. Vince Carter, basketball player. And Sasha Banks, who is my favorite professional wrestler, currently favorite women wrestler. So Sasha, happy birthday! Good luck tomorrow at the on Sunday at the Royal Rumble. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead, just highlight some people who have passed on, and the fact that they passed on in this day in history. Looking down the list here, so Nelson Rockefeller died this day in history, 1979. 41st Vice President of the United States. Bear Bryant, coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide, died this day in history. Can't wait to celebrate his birthday. That'll be a great day. And kind of looking down the list, Barbara Hale died this day in history last year. And Abe Vigoda died this day 2 years ago So there you go. All right, Australia Day. It is Engineers Day in Panama. It's International Customs Day. Liberation Day in Guyana or Uganda, and Republic Day in India. So there you go. That is this day in history, folks. Thanks for joining us here on the ScottShow.com.